Crabwood Creek residents want NDC chairman gone. 3 fatal accidents over the weekend. Former national coach killed in New York. And why fishermen keep dying in Guyanese waters. I'm Enrico Bulford, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-615. Yesterday, residents of Crabwood Creek staged a protest calling for an interim management committee to replace their neighborhood Democratic Council. Between November and December 2020, they called for the removal of the then NDC chairman, Tero Arjun, along with the overseer. Well, they got their wish, and weeks later, Valmiki Dilchandar was elected as the new chairman. Now they want him back. Arjun, that is. They want Arjun back. But seeing as the life of the council legally ended last year, the residents are calling for an IMC until the next local government elections. Ultimately, they want to replace the NDC because they are not satisfied with the service they are receiving from their elected officials. This is not a first for the residents. In March of 2007, they picketed for the removal of the then chairman, and again in 2017. Now you see, that's how democracy works. If you don't like your leaders, protest and vote them out. The government is awaiting approval for an estimated US $120 million from the Islamic Development Bank to resurface the Soos-Linden Highway. Speaking at a recent outreach in Region 10, Chagdio said the administration is hoping for the financing to be approved in June to start rehabilitation work along the 72-kilometer-long thoroughfare. Last August, Suriname signed an agreement with Guyana to allow 150 Guyanese fishermen to be granted licenses by Paramaribo, starting from January of this year. To date, this is yet to happen, and chairman of the No. 66 Fisheries Co-op, Parashmoa Janarine, feels the delay is due to a pushback from license holders in Naikiri, who currently rent licenses to Guyanese and stand to lose revenue. Janarine says his people are frustrated as the Surinamese license holders are now demanding that they dock their boats over there and are threatening to stop renting them licenses. He explained that the issue was brought to the attention of the Minister of Agriculture, who promised that he will work to resolve the issue. That is yet to be done. Over the weekend, 3 persons were killed just hours apart in 3 separate road accidents. They were 19-year-old Sachin Prasad, 34-year-old Police Sergeant Kwame Kelman, and 66-year-old Fuiz Hussain. According to the police, Prasad was the first fatality. The teen was reportedly struck by a car and ran over by another while crossing the public road in the vicinity of Natram's General Store around 8 p.m. on Saturday along the Craig Public Road on the East Bank. Both drivers are in police custody. Almost 4 hours later, Sergeant Kelman was killed after he lost control of his vehicle and crashed into a shop located on the Lusignan Public Road. He died before he could be taken to the hospital. And the third accident took place along the Windsor Forest Public Road in Region 3 and claimed the life of Fuiz Hussain. The police say Hussain was hit by a car around 5:30 a.m. on Sunday while he was walking along the public road. The driver who struck him picked him up and took him to the hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. Nevertheless, the driver is in police custody. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's car of the day. Currently on sale is this 2014 Audi Q3. It comes with Bluetooth, mud rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo, fog lamps, electronic parking brake, back camera, and much, much more. Buy cash for $5.6 million. All pay down as low as $1,120,000 down, with around $108,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them we can send you for this sweet deal. 3 men who were busted with more than 1,500 pounds of marijuana in Develt Upper Berbice were slapped with drug trafficking charges today. 52-year-old Messiah Durant pleaded guilty to the charge and was sentenced to 50 months in jail and fined $250 million Guyana dollars. Oh my. The other 2 accused, 44-year-old Sean Lindy Sr. and 29-year-old Sean Lindy Jr., pleaded not guilty. They were granted bail in the sum of $2 million each. Also, a correction to what I said yesterday. Yes, the Lindys are relatives, but according to Gordon Mosley, they are actually cousins, not father and son, so apologies to the elder Lindy. Yesterday afternoon, a remand inmate at the Lusignan jail stabbed another prisoner to death for allegedly walking on his bed space. The victim has been identified as murder-accused Mahesh Rajpal. His assailant, Rajkumar Singh, is also on remand for murder. Rajpal was to be taken to the hospital, however he died before being transported. Singh was moved to another section of the prison and is likely to face murder charges soon. The NYPD is currently investigating the murder of 51-year-old former Guyana national tennis coach Eson Ben. Shortly after 5 a.m. on Monday, Ben was found on a street in Midtown Manhattan near Times Square. Surveillance footage in the area showed him stumbling and falling to the ground after he was reportedly stabbed 4 times in an altercation. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. There have been no arrests in the case, but the investigations are ongoing. You can multiply your cash by selling digital top-up. This is a legit way to make extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. The Georgetown Mayor and City Council plans to take action against vendors who are subletting stalls in the various markets around the capital city. The city's mayor noted that there have been multiple complaints about the practice. Additionally, he noted that in some cases, vendors are trying to retrieve their stalls, but cannot, so they come looking for help. Councillor Heston Bostwick, the head of the council's markets committee, demanded that stall holders provide proof of ownership of the stalls or be sanctioned. The mayor has since scheduled a meeting with vendors and the market committee for April 12th. Now for today's oil update. In the face of ever-increasing fuel prices, the president reiterated the government's support for the establishment of an oil refinery locally. He noted that many proposals have already been submitted. He said no specific developer has been identified at the moment, but noted that whoever comes off the block, we are ready to go. However, our president was quick to note that, like the Amila Falls project, this would have to be a completely private sector-led effort. Last year, 3 Mexican investors and their Guyanese partner expressed interest in massive infrastructure projects in Guyana, including building an oil refinery, a new airport terminal, and potentially paving the Linden-Lethem Road. Who said luxury can't be affordable? Move into your own home in 2022. Lenore Estates, West Coast MR properties are within your reach. Move out of the landlord's place and put that rent money towards your own 5,000 square foot property. Call or WhatsApp 592-618-5702 for more info. Now for our stupid news of the day. You know what I think is stupid? The Maritime Administration Department only has 6 marine surveyors responsible for the monitoring of close to 2,000 vessels that operate in Guyanese waters. This was disclosed during a recent press conference at the Public Works Ministry following last month's disappearance of the 3 fishermen. According to the minister, there were serious issues with the craft and the captain before they even left the port. Issues that would have been caught if it wasn't for the fact that there are currently some 1,800 artisan fishing vessels and about 87 trawlers that operate in Guyana's waters, which accounts for approximately 10,000 operators, and they are all supposed to be inspected by just 6 individuals. Madness. Worse yet, the Maritime Administration doesn't even possess a vessel with a working sonar device. In fact, they don't even have enough equipment to do their jobs, period. Honestly, when you consider just how poorly managed, equipped, and staffed the department is, it's actually insane for you not to expect people to die on the high seas. All of this is to say that before we start trying to reinvent the wheel and try to consider some crazy, new and innovative ways to keep the fishermen safe, how about we start with the basics and enforce proper marine safety laws? Because allowing the carnage on the high seas to continue because someone is ill-equipped to do their job is pretty stupid. Now for our Uncut News Views Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. So you give your answers in the question, and we'll read the best responses in the following episode. Yesterday's question? Well, we did things a little differently, and I asked what question you all had for me. And Kevon Henry says, do you think you will ever run for president? And do you think if they will ever free up the weed? Ha ha! Well, to answer both of them, I'll just say, who knows what the future will hold. And Richie K says, what can be sent from North America to Guyana that will make Guyana and Guyanese residents' lives better? I mean, well, honestly, I think if you have less things from North America down here, it'd probably be better for us. Ha ha! But seriously, honestly, probably, electronic payments and a better law system, I guess. Everything else, they can keep it. So, for tonight's question, I want to know, do you think that the government should try to invest some money into the building of a new oil refinery, or should it all just be a private sector-led effort? Why, or why not? So think about that question, tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying good night, folks.